Hi, Lynn. Don't look at my mess here. Now, what I meant here, this is the size of one swatch. All of these recipes are based on this size piece. This is one swatch, which is 1/32 of a yard. It's actually a double. I fold it in half. So this size piece is about 7 inches by 18. Is 2 swatches, or 1/16 of a yard. When I take the whole yard and strip it down like that, it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. You see what I mean? That's 4 swatches. It equals 4 of these. There would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, these are the easiest measurements for you to use. The measurements you're using, the 7 by 24, makes it difficult because this is all based on these size. So I would suggest that you would do this one here, which is 36 inches, 36 by 7. Or better yet, just, use your 18 inches. Because that way you can have a really easy quarter yard, half yard, eighth of a yard. Everything's divided into eighths for this system. So it's pretty hard to do when you're doing 7 by 24 because you're doing like 3 swatches at a time. And what I meant by the conversion sleeve, so okay, so you've made your swatch and you want to match it. But you want to do a larger piece because you're not going to do just one little swatch like this at a time. You want your larger pieces. So you take your card and you take these things that were included with your set. And if I want 2 swatches or a 1/16 of a yard, I just take that and slide that over like this. So now this gives me, without having to do any math, the amounts of the liquid I take from the jar to put in my water to dye. And the same way, if I want an 1/8 of a yard, which is 4 swatches. So this size here is a 1/16. One swatch is 1/32 of a yard. 2 swatches is 1/16 of a yard. You'll see that here. And this is 4 swatches. I don't know if you can see this size here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 because it's doubled. But also, because this is a 2 swatch piece, this size here, when this is cut in 2, this is also 1 swatch. 1 swatch, this size, equals 1 swatch, this size. Probably confusing you more than anything. It's pretty well about the square inch. 1/32 of a yard is 1/32. So if you wanted to do a larger piece, let's say you wanted to do 2 of these larger pieces, that would be 1/4 of a yard. You just take this, slide this on like this, and there you go. You take your piece, and if you wanted a number 1 value, you add a teaspoon. But remember, the number 1 values that you did were lighter because actually you had used 3 swatches instead of 1 for your recipe. So anytime you want to do a larger piece, you just divide it in 2. So all you have to do is just flip that over to the one prior and use that. it's easy, but you should just get used to using these cards, and then you're always set. And when you sell your wool, you sell it by the 16th, or you know, the 16th or the 8th, or a half or a quarter. I'm hoping this makes a little bit more sense to you. So I guess what I'm saying is I really wish you wouldn't do the 7 by 24 inch pieces, because it doesn't really match this system. You can do it when you do your regular dyeing, but if you want to be able to match these recipe cards and the ones you make with this system, you really would do yourself a favor by using this size as a single, double, quadruple, or 2 of these is a quarter of a yard. You get 8 of these in 1 yard. So anyway, hope you can figure out what I said.